Good afternoon, everyone. We will start soon. We are waiting for our keynote speaker. So it will take 5 to 10 minutes more.
Just 10 to 15 minutes more. After that, we will start the session. Hardly 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we'll start the session. 4 बज जाएंगे तो फिर स्टार्ट कर रहा है। A very good evening to everyone. My name is Sonali Singh. I welcome you all to today's webinar. Uh, the webinar is being conducted by Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And let me tell you, the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication is continuously organizing webinar on different topics, even in this pandemic, to help our students to think different and understand the different aspects of life. The topic of today's webinar is the body walk as the tool of spiritual communication. And to share the knowledge and in the area, we are having Jusna Jankowska, who is a performance artist and a psychosomotherapist from Poland. Okay, so Department of Journalism has also always been organizing this webinar, and before this also.
We will take 5 to 10 minutes more. Actually, we are waiting for our keynote speaker.
Yeah, just for the 5 and 10 minutes. After that, we will start the program. Before this also, we have started, we have done our webinar on the topic of TV journalism, where our guest speaker was Mr. Shekhawat sir from Lok Sabha. He was a very senior TV anchor. And today again we are here. Just 5 to 10 minutes, we'll start the program. We're just waiting for our guest speaker.
All of you are requested to please turn off your mic. If you have any questions, please write us in the comment box. Hello everyone. I would like to welcome to all of you on behalf of Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Mansoor University. Actually, just because of some technical issues, ma'am is not getting to join us. So we have to wait for 10 to 15 minutes more. We are really sorry for that. So I will request you all, please be patient and wait for 10 to 15 minutes more. इसे क्यों नहीं आती?
Arun sir, Arun sir,
Yes, sir.
what is the status of
Actually,
madam?
sir, we have to wait for 5 minutes more. Actually, there are some network issues.
Okay,
That's why
okay, no,
she is going to change their location. So it will take some time.
okay.
So, as I told you that ma'am is busy somewhere and there are some technical issues. That's why we have to wait for 5 to 10 minutes more. But till that, I can engage you all somewhere else. Uh, I think Subham Tanmay. Mr. Subham Tanmay is present here. So I will like to call Mr. Subham Tanmay, who is a well-known photographer and a world level photographer, a mobile photographer actually, and recently his photograph has been selected for many awards and for the festivals. So I will like to call Subham Tanmay. Mr. Subham Tanmay, are you getting to
Hello.
listen me?
Hello.
Yes, Subham.
Am I audible?
Yes. Subham, you have 5 to 10 minutes,
Thank you.
so you can. Hello.
Thank you so much. Well, I would like to thanks to you for providing me for this space to share my experience. And in next 5 to 10 minutes, we all discuss on the topic of smartphone photography and rural tourism. So let's start. We actually need to focus on the two keywords. The first one is rural tourism, and the other one is smartphone photography. So I will try to keep the conversation on a parallel track, focusing on and giving balancing space to both of the terms. First one is rural tourism, and second one is smartphone photography. I just want to share one of my story. In 2018, I was there in Chhattisgarh and covering some rural photographs. And the subject of that photographs was related to the community of Pahadi Korwa. I think you all know that the subdivision of Korwa tribe is known as Pahadi Korwa, and some anthropologists still consider Pahadi Kodwa as a semi isolated tribes of India, although they are still not semi isolated anymore, and fishing and hunting is their primary source of food for them. And I really uh, like to share you all that you all must visit that place, that is Jaspur, to know more about that community, that Pahadi Korwa community. They basically used to live in the peak of the uh, uh, mountains or the top of the hills, as the Pahadi means people who love to live in the hill. So, well, the community is the finest example of the living who maintain the social distancing of their houses, as they keep a distance of more than 100 meters between two houses since thousands of years ago. So the hill Kurva live in a mud house with one central room, and they cook very close to outside their hut. So people, both men and women from all subdivision of Korva community, keep tattoo on wrist, neck, chest, and legs. But I met multiple of hill Korva people who has very less tattoo in their body, and adapted some alternatives of living, which is other than traditional way of living. So many of the family member of that Pahadi Korba community are joining the hands of mainstream living standard. They have started sending their childs to schools and uses advanced methods of farming, agriculture. You can find more about them on Google, but I would really like to thanks to the people who helped me and allowed me for the trip to Jaspur. Now, there is no doubt that smartphones play a key role, and I think that it is the best assistant to travel. So it is a very handy device, and the uh, advanced smartphone are coming up with multiple photographic feature. I want to drag your attention that there is a misconception among people that a higher megapixel of a smartphone camera can produce best quality of photos. But frankly speaking, the clarity and quality of the photographs are not only dependent upon the megapixels of the camera. The sensor, aperture, and the other components are also equally significant. So smartphone photography covers all the sub-themes of photography. And when we talk about rural photography, landscape photography is one of the means landscape photography become one of the conspicuous theme of it. So now it require a higher understanding of frames, resolution, and smartphone photographers have a benefit of a large display to analyze their frame in a deep way. So landscape photography is a more significant option for those who have interest in rural photography. But a more problematic obstacle in a smartphone that almost every smartphone photographer complains about that the function of zooming and quality of images. You can easily get external zooming lenses for the smartphone, but it is just only okay level for the photographers. Many smartphones are coming with multiple inbuilt camera of different lenses and megapixels like wide lens, micro lens, portrait lens, and so on. So there is a very popular slogan among the photographers in this era when a smartphone coming with best photographic facilities that the slogan is everyone is a photographer. It means if you are if you are no such aware about the technical aspects of a DSLR, then there are still opportunity for you to become a photographer. But you should be aware of some basic and common technicalities of the photography. So the smartphone contributed a major themes, and technical space to photography, and that is self-portrait. Self-portrait, which we use to capture through their own front camera. It is popularly known as selfie. It is also called self-portrait, and also the group portraits. Also nowadays we are taking. So there are thousands of creative self-portraits appeared during this lockdown due to the pandemic. Like people, I think there is Pixabay is a website where I found that some people were in that photo that people were use their mask to cover their eyes, not their nose and the mouth. So such type of photo is very symbolic, and it was a self-portrait. So I was like, what happened to everyone, and everyone is trying to means project their own creativity. So that's quite good, and it is true that everyone is a photographer. I am trying to portray some or present some of my photographs. Let me do. Is it visible?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Subham.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think this photograph is from
So this is
Chhattisgarh.
a photograph. Yeah, this is from Chhattisgarh. So I want to clear one thing that a smartphone provides a great space to the photographers, people who cannot economically afford the quality of DSLR camera. So now let's begin, and we will talk more about the smartphone photography and rural tourism while observing the photographs. And now I will try to convey my work through the photographs I had clicked through my smartphone, covering the themes of rural tourism. Okay, so the first one, this is a photograph of a farmer, and the project is very in nature about the farm. The tool behind his and is a tool to use to dig the fields, you know. So here we used to call kudal or kudali. Most of the people, if you are from Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and the nearby state, I think you also used to call something like that, kudal and kudali in your native language. So you can see the house is completely made of mud and soil, and this is the house for the cattle, not for them. So it is a very simple example, and when you look on the photograph, you can find the costumes are in typical classical forms and showing the hardness of the labor of the farmer. And is this visible? The hello.
Yes, we are.
Hello.
Hello. So, yes, we are going to listen you,
So
Sumam.
this is the photograph, and okay, it is one of my well-recognized photograph, and it was exhibited in 2019 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, by Mira Forum. So as you can see, when you click such photograph through a smartphone, you need to focus on both the content, which is near the lens and which is far from the lens. And you can see a bicycle in the photograph as a background element of the photo. And let me know you that I coincidentally kept that bicycle behind the old man, and fortunately he was making part of his uh, wooden trolley, I think, by to use his vehicle, which he used to shift his agricultural tool from home to the farming land, and the bicycle as background portraying the generation gap of human being, of culture, of civilization, and of modernization, and of course a difference between the socio economical classes. So this bicycle will appear soon in another photo if we could complete this presentation. Now this is also a very symbolic photo. This photograph belongs to the children of Pahdi Korba community. As I
Hello, sir. I didn't hear you.
pardon, I think Sanjay Kumar is presenting, and I am no longer able to present. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, it is it. Yes, it is. So this photograph belong to the children of the Pahadi Korba community, and it is also means reflecting that some
Subham,
students are going to
Subham,
school.
hello, Subham. I will
Yes,
request you, please, if possible, please explain this picture as Hindi, also in Hindi language as well as English language, because there are some students who are asking for it. So if
okay.
possible, please.
We will go in both the language. तो आप जब ये पिक्चर देख रहे हैं तो
Yes, sir.
अरुण अरुण
Yes, sir.
हाँ मैंने ज्वाइन कर लिया है कंटिन्यू करें
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
Okay. Thank you so much, Subham, for your valuable time and this kind of such kind of information. It was really nice to listen you. And sometime, if it will be possible, then we will conduct a special session for you, because really it was interesting for all of us. So finally, our keynote speaker is here. So I will like to request Sonali ma'am, please start the program. Sonali ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Sonali Singh. I welcome you all to the webinar of today's session. The Department of Journalism and Mass Communication is basically conducting this webinar. Okay. The topic of today's webinar is the body work as the tool of spiritual communication. And to share the knowledge and experience in the area, we are having Jusna Jankowska, who is the performance artist and somatotherapist from Poland. And to introduce our guest speaker, I would like to call Mr. Arun Jaiswal to introduce our guest speaker. Yes, Arun, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much. And first of all, good evening, everyone. So let me introduce our keynote speaker, Jyosna Jankurkorska. Jyosna ma'am is an artist and psychotherapist who explores the body, voice, and object in the field of performance art. She holds a Master of Performing Art in Painting in 1989, which she obtained in the studio of Professor Joseph Halas at the Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw, Poland. Josna is also a gratitude of Equal European psychotherapist, socio and somatoanalytic in Strasbourg, France. In 1995 to 1999, she studied the personal potential of the body and voice under the direction of Razjad Newzine, former student and collaborator of Jerzy Grotowski. In 1999, she practiced working with the body and environment with the Min Tanaka, a prominent Japanese avant-garde artist at the Body Weather Farm in Hakusu, Japan. India holds a special place on the map of her artistic travel, which she has been visiting regularly since 2014. Jyosna is the founder of Just Body Lab, and if you want to know more about the Just Body Lab, you can visit on www.justbody.eu. So I would like to welcome all of you on the behalf of Kalinga, on the behalf of Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, Mysore University. And in the past, we have conducted many webinars, but today is the special day. As we know, the whole world is suffering from the coronavirus. And in this time, everyone is depressed and frustrated. So in this situation, today's topic is valuable for all of us. And all of now I will not take too much time. I would like to call our keynote speaker and our guest, Jyosna ma'am, for whom we all are waiting. So welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, hello.
We are not.
Please unmute yourself, ma'am.
Ma'am, are you getting to listen us?
Please unmute, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, please. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. And now
Yes,
you
ma'am.
hear me? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you now.
Yes, ma'am. We are getting to listen. Welcome, ma'am.
Okay. So good evening to all.
Good evening,
For
ma'am.
me is morning. Good morning, because in Poland now is noon, almost noon. So thank you very much, Arun, for introducing me. Yes. And then thank you very much for invitation to this webinar in Mansour University. It's my pleasure, yes, that I can tell you something about my work, about my roots, about my life and my passion, yes, because my work and then what I am doing in my life it's really something which comes from my roots. So the topic of my webinar is body work as a tool of spiritual communication but I add something more: spiritual communication with yourself and with the world. Because communication always is going through the between the objects, yes, between someone and someone, or between me and between the whole world. So I would like also to say something more about myself and my work now. I am visual artist and psychosomatotherapist. I explore the body, voice, and object in the performance, in the field of performance art. After years of practice, I understood that millions of light years divide contemporary perception of art as a domain of show and presentation from the original understanding of creativity as an incredibly intimate and spiritual act. The act of creation, which I talk about now, the act of creation results from the human interiority. It results from something immaterial, but very concrete and alive. Our ancestors called it the soul. Through an intergenerational transfer, I received a practical message on the old domain where both art and human interiority are important. The name of this domain is art as vehicle. In this domain, we have nothing to do with the show and presentation. Jerzy Grotowski, prominent Polish theater director and then theater reformator, master of my master, because Grotowski was master of my master, recovered art as vehicle deep from the darkness of the past. And it was, this discovery was like a medicine that soothed the suffering of the human of our epoch. Because this epoch is extremely materialistic and mercantile. I don't want to discover something new, but something forgotten, something which is so old that all distinctions between aesthetic genres are no longer to use. This is what Grotowski said once a time about art as vehicle. Me, personally, I described my personal discoveries in the domain of art as vehicle in the essay Body and Object, K discoveries in the process of work with body and object. You can find this essay in a book, Contemporary Indian Theater, Theatricality and Artistic Crossovers. And this book was published by Ravat Publication in Jaipur, Delhi, and Kolkata in 2017. As I say on the beginning, I am a psychosomatotherapist, and in a Greek language, psyche means soul, and soma means body. I use and combine various methods of psychosomatotherapy. So these methods are like body work as a work with body and voice, sensory sensitization, primary expression, bioenergetics. I also use somatoanalysis and ecosomatoanalysis. I combine various therapeutic techniques, taking into account the complexity and multiculturalism of the contemporary society. My approach to therapy is integrative. My approach to human is holistic. And I believe that human mind, psyche, and body are closely connected. This unity is nowadays too often violated. Because in today's world, humans are taught how to deny true feelings. They are taught how to control manifestation of feelings through censorship of emotions. It is necessary to realize that denying our true feelings is denying one's true self. It can lead to narcissistic disorders of personality and psychosomatic diseases of the body. One of the most serious diseases of our epoch is depression. It should be emphasized that not only the mind falls into depression, but the whole body falls into depression. The whole complex energetic system that animates our body suffers because depression. And the ancient Greeks gave this system a very beautiful name. This name was psyche. That means the soul. And then, therefore, as a therapist, I help humans to restore unity of body and psyche, which was violated. And my task is intensity feelings and emotions, not to remove them. I provoke the revealing of emotions, then I help to release their cause. In my therapeutic practice, body work is a tool for solving the conflict that the human is struggling with. And here again, through the Greek source of the word therapy, that means look after and worship and heal, I discover the meaning and mission of my work. As a performance artist and therapist. And it was my small introduction, which can help you understand a little bit about art as vehicle, the domain which I explore in performance art, and also understand a little bit about psychotherapy, which I practice. And then now I would like to say about body work. And body work, what is it? What is it, body work? The term body work, where the words body and work spelled together, belongs to holistic medicine. It should not be confused with the body work methods popular today. this, like, for example, body training in the gym. Such training is focused on achieving the objective. The main goal is to build physical fitness in the gym. In my work, in my body work, in working with the body, the process matters. The human mind and the body constitute an indivisible whole. Good and healing body work engages the whole human. She or he finds deep self in this work, in this body work. Meets she or he meets own strength and weakness also, not only strength. So, various techniques of body work were introduced to Western psychotherapy in the USA and Europe in the 60s, and especially in the 70s of the 20th century. It was a time of intense changes in the Western culture. And this time, the counterculture was born. For example, hippie movement. Psychotherapy was then a relatively exclusive and new branch of therapy of Western medicine. Such body work, where the words body and work spelled together, was inspired by the techniques of working with the body, having their source in the old cultures of the East. And I would like to now to finish what I say, because I can't feel connection with everybody. Yes, now I can see Arun, for example, but before I had the feeling that I talk to myself. Yes, so this is very bad feeling, especially created by this virtual reality. When we are together, we can to see one another. It is completely minimum necessity. If you can see one another, you lost connection. Yes, because I'm practitioner. Yes, and the situation when I talk to you only, this is like a situation from Matrix. Yes, because for me, the real presence matters. Yes, if I can't see and feel real presence, for me that's mean like nothing. Yes, so Aaron invited me to this webinar, and I decided to do it. But to tell the truth, I don't believe in a virtual reality. Yes, for me this is ersatz. I prefer real presence. But
Yeah, ma'am, you are right. But actually, just because of this epidemic time, I hope you are getting to understand.
Of course, we are in a special situation. And so I would like to tell also about this special situation. What is my point of view about this situation which we are actually, yes? Because this situation influenced our mind, our body, our senses, our human feelings, everything, yes? And then this situation has consequences, yes? Even we don't know how big consequences the situation has, but it has, yes?
Yes.
We even don't know now, yes? But the consequences are, yes, they start in March, and these consequences continue, yes? For body, for the whole human, yes? So I would like now continue something to tell about I hope you, if it is possible, you can write for yourself this body, two meanings of body work. One meaning is body work, and it's connected with the gym, and then working with the muscles and showing the people how big I am, how strong I am, how I can show you my strength and power, and it connecting with the something that's called image, yes. And this is another quality like body work, with which we spelling together, and it did this kind of work connecting with the whole human, with the whole our potentiality of human potentiality. So this kind of body work, it's was in 70s and 60s very exclusive, and then it was very often inspired by the techniques of working with the body that having their source in the East, in the Eastern cultures. So, for example, yoga, which you know very well, I hope, and then pranayama, the breathe techniques, that you know also, I hope, very well as an Indians. Yes, and then this body work was connected also, and it's connected with Japanese Reiki and Shiatsu, and also with Chinese Tai Chi and Qigong, and with many, many more. So now, when I say something about body work, what it is body work, what it is not, yes, for me, yes. So I can tell you more about spirituality. And what is spirituality? Can we talk about spirituality today? Can we talk about spirituality of the body today? I think we don't just have to talk, but we have to practice it. This is the main thing, yes. Because when we talk only, we stay in our heads, yes. And it's a danger. We became intellectual monsters, yes. But when we have to start to do something, yes, when we practice something, when we practice spirituality of the body, we start to be alive, we start to be natural, we are human, yes. So I like very much the book. This book was inspired me through last 30 years in my art activity and also in my therapeutic activity. The name of this book is Spirituality of the Body. And the author of this book, Alexander Lowen, was creator of bioenergetic analysis. And he was a prominent American physician, doctor of psychiatry, and psychotherapist. And he said, I have many books at home, which was edited and translated to Polish and edited to Polish language, Lowen books. And this is about pleasure, the whole book about pleasure. This is, for example, the book about depression and the body. Very interesting. Very helpful. Also, not only for professionals, but also for every human who like to know more about body, about spirituality of the body. So Alexander Lowen said that human spirituality derives from the state of grace. And then what does mean, the state of grace? The state of grace is given very natural way to animals. They born with this grace, they continue life with this grace, and then die, yes? They are dying. And then we as a human, we are in a much more difficult situation. And because we live in the culture, and culture customs teach us what is good for us, what is bad, and what we need to do, what is forbidden and what is okay, yes? So gradually from childhood to adult, yes, by younghood, we lost this grace, yes, because this culture customs, this predictions, culture predictions control us, yes? And step by step, we lost this natural grace. Only as a children, we are still natural. But the state of grace comes from the feeling that animal feels that belongs to the nature, and also this feeling, this is not like intellectual concept, but just feeling that I also, for human, I belong to nature, or I belong to something which is bigger than me, yes? Because very bad things which was created in by the modern culture is the thinking, is the idea that the human is the lord of nature, yes? No, human is not a lord of nature. Human belongs to nature. The human body is a part of nature and belongs to the kingdom of the nature. And it's necessary to remember this about this. And to come back to the spirituality, how we can experience the spirituality on a very practical level. This very practical level is what we are doing with our bodies in the daily life, yes? If we feel, if we are able to feel the ground and connection with the earth by our feet, that's mean we are connected with earth. And earth is our universal mother, as our personal mother, which was born us. This is our personal mother, but also earth, as a ground is our personal, our universal mother. So when we feel our feet on the ground, we are connected with mother, with earth, and we can step by step feel better, yes? And we feel that we can enjoy our movement, and our movement, because this connection with the earth, real connection with the earth, became full of grace, became natural, not artificial, but natural. This is something very simple. And then we can also stay in stillness and do nothing. And this is also natural. We can relax, we can breathe deeply without any pressure. So, but we can breathe deeply, we can enjoy our movement when we feel secure. And then what does that mean, security? Because of this situation, pandemic, many governments, and definitely all governments of the world, decided to take care about our security. But my point of view is that nobody can give you the feeling of security if you don't feel secure in yourself. Yes, this is very personal feeling. Nobody can give you this feeling. Any governments, any religious institution, yes, nobody. Yes, you decided, you are responsible about your inner security, this feeling of security. But it's not given for granted, yes? How I say, when you are a child and you are happy as a child with your parents, with family, and you are lucky to born in the happy family, you feel secure. But if happens something bad in your life, you was born in difficult circumstances, the world is not friendly, yes, you have to work for your inner security, and this is your responsibility toward yourself and toward your loved ones, yes. And sometimes if you work with the people, you are a leader, you are a teacher, you are responsible also towards your students, yes. So I said something about necessary about spirituality of the body and about security. What does that mean? And now I would like to say also something about our senses and sensuality.
Sorry.
And I believe that people who stay in touch with their body, affection, and sensuality are sentient beings in the full sense of the word. In the Buddhism tradition, is such a beautiful word, sentient being. So, and what are the senses? What that they mean for us as a human? The senses. The senses belong to the realm of feelings, and the sense of sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. Yes. In a healthy person, the sharpening the senses results in stimulation of vitality. And the same happens with the wild animals. When we observe the wild animals how they play in the nature, they move with the grace and they show the full vitality. Yes. And it makes us really, really curious. Yes. And really,
Right.
really wow. Yes. When we see such a wild animals, even on the image, yes. But when we go to the nature and this is possibility to observe wild animals, it's much more, yes, for us. Because this is something for us like lost paradise. Because how I say, we are a part of this kingdom of nature. And then the senses, just like feelings, are our natural heritage. So we are today experiencing, from my point of view, a totally insane and sophisticated situation of controlling of our senses, feelings, and emotions. Because how I say, the governments of all countries in the world have introduced many restrictions as a result of pandemic COVID-19. An order, rarely recommendation to wear masks and the so-called social distance. And no wonder, in such a reality, human beings gradually lose sensory sensitivity and even cut themselves off from deeper feelings. And in the end, human being became anesthetized. And this is very, very disturbing and dangerous phenomenon. And then because in my practice, also in performance art, sensory sensitization take a special place, yes. I am very, very engaged now in this awareness what is going on because of pandemic. I don't know how it looks in India now because I observe only India on the videos and now and only on the photos, yes. You know better because you are immersed in the culture now. But I can say you that in Poland now, the consequences of this restrictions, yes, of the restrictions like wearing mask and social distance, etc., are very serious. I received many calls and then messages from my students, from my neighbors, from my friends. Yes, because what I feel, they participate not in the state of pandemic of COVID-19, but they participated in pandemic of the fear. Yes, and this is very, very dangerous because fear create the feeling of insecurity, how I said before, and destroy our immunity. The answer of immune system is very now weak for many people. And then this is the question. how far can go the control of our security? How big sense it is in controlling in our security if this control create fear? Yes, it makes no sense. Yes, so for example, I think about Sweden. Sweden is a European country which decided to recommend restriction and then not put in order these restrictions. And then it shows that this pandemic situation now is stabilized, yes? But these countries which decided to put a strong restriction still struggle with so-called pandemic. So, how I say on the beginning, this is just now something with which I express by words, yes. But I wish also to share with you some practical experience, yes. And maybe if you will be interesting, I can share you with my exercises during next webinar, and then they are very simple, yes.
Yeah, ma'am. We will organize. We will conduct another webinar, which will be part of this subject. Okay, with the same topic. Okay, and even if situation will be normal, we will try to organize a seminar.
Okay. Okay.
We will try our best.
I think because it's much more helpful, but the main thing about method of the work, it will be you can practice with me. Yes, it will be the best, because if I do something and show you, I can do also some videos for you. I have also some videos which I can show you, but the best process of teaching is when I can introduce you and invite you for practice. Yes, practicing something. So if you like, we can do it together. And then I am actually in the south of Poland, in the middle of the city Wrocław, which is very nice. I can show you even my view from my window, which I don't like very much, but some people is really delight of this, but I don't like yes very much, even it looks good. Yeah, this is view from.
It's really great, man.
Yeah, but I prefer mostly my place, yes, on the north of the Poland, and this is more nature place, yes, more calm, more natural. So if you like, nearby my home is a forest, yes, and also not so far is a seaside. So I can work with you on this environment. Yes, we can meet in the forest. Yes, we can meet at the seaside if you like. Yes, and so we can continue this work. Yes, practice work, because now I say something very theoretical. Yes, so thank you very much for your attending, yes, in my webinar. Yes, I am always happy to share with you my my point of view and my knowledge, my practice. Yes, it's my pleasure.
Actually, ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank you. But we are really sorry. Actually, all the participants who all are here are very interested and they were very keen to join you, but actually just because of some network issue, and so that's why they are not on video, that's why. So we are really sorry for that, and next time we will conduct a seminar. We will try to conduct a seminar with the same topic in a practice, with the practice. Okay, so I hope you will give us time, and
do you have some questions to me?
yeah. Actually, we have questions, some questions for you. We have a questions by a participant. Wait. Actually, there were participants who were asking something.
If anyone want to ask question, please. Hello.
If anyone who want to ask any questions, or if you have any query, then please you can ask. Yes, ma'am. We have a question that as a therapist, how please tell us how to balance emotions on his or herself on body.
How to balance emotions?
Yeah, emotions on his or herself on body. This question has been asked by Dr. Chandra Singh Bhatti.
Okay, how I said on the beginning, the main thing, and we can't recognize nothing and balance nothing in yourself, in body, without connection with the earth. The first step is practicing connection with the earth. But I say you only now something very theoretical, yes? I can show you during seminar how we can do it in practice. So grounding, it's called in a bioenergetic analyze grounding. If you feel grounded, you feel secure, yes? And it starts the process of balancing of emotions. Because through grounding, you belong to the earth, and you can, with courage, go further, yes? To the sky even. But if you are not grounded, your roots are cutted, and your emotions became chaotic, yes? You can feel secure, yes? So in every activity, yes? In a everyday life, when you are walking, when you are even sitting, when you are standing in the center of the city, or in every activity, even in sexual activity, grounding is basic, yes? Because if you are not grounded, you are not rooted, yes? And then this is just the beginning, yes? Because everyone is different, yes? So if for example, I start to work with Arun, yes? I have to find specific way to help him balance emotions. If I start with different person, I have to choose another way, yes? This is very individual. But the basic for everyone is grounding, yes? It's just the beginning and basic, yes? And then, of course, how I said, if you are grounded, yes, you breathe. Yes, when you breathe, you are here and now. Yes, if you don't breathe, you violate your integrity. Yes, you're divided. Yes, you are not like a whole body. You are divided. When you stop breathing, you are not alive. Yes, and your body is not like a whole organism. Yes, so grounding and breathing. Yes, but how I say, everybody should find his own way. Yes, and I am here to help everybody to find his her own way. Yes, that's all.
Uh, uh, if you have any other questions, then you can ask. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for this informative session. And now I would like to call our head of department, Dr. Manish Jaisal, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you, Arun. Thank you so much, ma'am, for bringing the time from your busy schedule. And I, Dr. Manish Jaisal, and the entire team of Journalism and Mass Communication, and so participants who have joined the session are very thankful to you that you have shared the meaningful, the body movement and other etc. Things. So I will definitely, we will definitely call you for offline session in after the COVID situation. So we are waiting for the session of your body and body movement and other things. So thank you so much for giving time to us. And once again, entire team and participants who have joined last moment. And one other information for participants, you have filled feedback form and collect the certificate via email. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thanks to you all.
Thank you very much, Arun, for organizing this event, this webinar. It's my
Thank you,
honor.
ma'am.
Thank you. And have a nice day, yes? And breathe deeply.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. सर्टिफिकेट मिला ना मन में नहीं आया तो भी नहीं आया तो देख रहा हूँ सर सर्टिफिकेट में नहीं जाएगा
Thank you.
ये बड़ी क्या फिर बड़ी भाई थैंक यू सो मच